Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video on the dev server. Of course we are covering the dev server still, so yeah, thank you my members, Overland 11B, all the Foxbad members, Fishbad members, Master Pub, Jaf, LRS, Justin Field, Yuyush, and Igor. Thank you, it helps a lot. Make sure to subscribe and join our Discord. And let's get into it. So today we're going to talk a bit about the MiG-23BN, which is the new addition for a 9.7 BR in the German Tech tree. It's a DDR or GDR aircraft, and yeah, it's kind of a weird one, to be honest. First of all, what the MiG-23BN is, basically, I mean, they did not change yet the name. So in real life, you know, they were using still the same name as the MiG-23, but later it was changed to MiG-27. But it is basically the same aircraft as a MiG-27. It's just an earlier version of a MiG-27. The main difference between this and the MiG-27 is that instead of the GSH-30 cannon, which is the Dash 6, I think, which is the Gatling 30mm gun of the MiG-27 that we have in game on the Soviet 3, we have the normal GSH-23-2, which is the normal gun that you normally see on MiG-23, on the MiG-21, and various aircraft from Soviet manufacturer, you know. So yeah, basically this is the main variant, the main difference. You know, the engine is still the R29, everything else is the same. It is very much comparable to the MiG-27M, but not even that, to be honest, because I had relative control there. That's why my KH-23s are doing that, and I didn't realize at the time. I was just trying to hit that, but with relative control it's just, yeah, impossible. But still, it is an aircraft that the main difference is the cannon, but also it has another minor difference, which is the nose. So the nose, instead of the normal laser designator slash rangefinder that we normally see in the MiG-27, or even the Carina system on the MiG-27K, you know, we don't have either of that. We don't have a designator. It is just a laser rangefinder, very similarly to what we have in the Su-17M2. So it is basically the same type of emitter, you know, as a laser designator, but it's not strong enough to actually designate a target. So it just measures distance, okay? Which means that it has CCIP for rockets and for guns. For some reason it doesn't have 4 bombs. I didn't understand why exactly, but well, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have CCRP for bombs as well, which is kind of a pain, to be honest. The CCIP could be a really good thing to help this aircraft, but anyway, yeah. But these are the main differences. Of course, in game we had other minor differences from now, you know. So we don't have the R3Ss, we don't have the R60s, we don't have the R13s, so we don't have any IR missiles. So basically you only have the gun to actually kill air targets, and we don't have countermeasures. So yeah, and because of that, it is a 9.7 aircraft. So this is the main subject that I want to talk about, because a lot of people are complaining about this aircraft and how it's going to be bluntly OP because it's a MiG-23 on 9.7. And to be honest, yeah, it's going to be very good, but it just cannot be a higher BR than this, man. I think still that we need, I really wish we had the MiG-23 MS, which had the MiG-21's radar and stuff like that at 10.0 to be a comparable aircraft to like an F4C, for example. So this is the same type of thing, you know, especially because, as you know, Germany doesn't have any good attackers between, I mean, it doesn't have any attackers between, I think it's like 8.0, or because you have the IL-28, but if not even that, because that's kind of a bomber. But if you can consider that, or the Arado at 7.3, until the Su-22, man. So yeah, Germany really need these aircraft because it really needed a bridge between the low tier 8.0 kind of thing, or the and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it's kind of a problematic one because of that. So yeah, it's going to be a bridge between those aircraft, and it will really help Germany have a good attacker at 9.7. I think it's a long-awaited addition. To be honest, I thought about this aircraft a lot in the last patch because I did some research and I found that the Germans use this aircraft, and I was thinking like, why they are not adding this aircraft? Because it is a very good one, and I think the only problem with it is that it doesn't have any IR missiles, and at this BR it can be a problem. But with the performance of it, I mean, a lot of people are complaining that this aircraft is going to be OP, but come on, it doesn't have countermeasures, it doesn't have IR missiles, so the reach of the aircraft is going to be limited, you know, in attacking aircraft. You don't have any guided weaponry for air-to-ground, as I said before, because of the problems with the not having the laser designator, just a laser rangefinder. So yeah, it's just, I don't think it's going to be OP, especially because, I mean, there's a possibility that it will be, but I don't know. Maybe if it is, they are going to put it on 10.0. But to be honest, a Su-25, for example, will be way more effective at 9.3 than this, like way more effective. So yeah, I don't know, but it's very limited. I know it's a MiG-23. I know it has the um, I mean, it's a MiG-23, so it has the performance of a MiG-23, even though it's just based on the M variant, and the engine is a little bit weaker and stuff like that. It can turn very well, can dogfight very well. It's a very fast aircraft. You can get to bases very quickly. You can use the S-24s, you can use the S-8s, all of these rockets that will help you have a lot of kills. You can use even 2 bombs together with 4 different types of rockets. So it is effective, you know, it's going to be effective. As a ground attacker, it's going to be very effective, especially at this BR. And especially against tanks, you know. You have to think that there is no amazing AA systems in this BR. You know, all the AA systems are kind of, they're alright, you know, they're not anything amazing. So yeah, but even with that, it doesn't have any countermeasures. So I think it's not going to be OP. I think it's just a fine BR that we have right now, and I think it's just going to be a very fun aircraft to fly. As you see, I'm flying in the dev server, obviously, so I'm just doing attack runs and on the ground stuff, and it is just fine, you know. So yeah, a pretty interesting aircraft, pretty interesting history behind it, and yeah, basically it's an export variant of the MiG-27, even though the M is already an kind of an export variant of the MiG-27, but this is a more suitable for export. And to be honest, I think we need another one, not the MiG-23, but I think we need another aircraft for ground attacking for Germany. If you agree with me, I think everybody will. Is that Germany really needs a top tier kind of thing. Even though the Su-22 can be very good, it doesn't have any TV guided stuff. It's heavy and stuff like that. So I would propose the Su-22 M4, which is very similar to the Su-17 M4 that we have in the Russians. Probably less countermeasures and maybe some different types of weaponry. But it is still one of these, it's basically the last attacker that they can get, so I think it's fine to get it and in the future. And this one, for me, it's a long-awaited one. I always wanted a MiG-23BN because it's like literally the second variant, attacker variant of the MiG-23. The intakes are a little bit different, the engine is a little bit different. It's just a more MiG-23 than a 27 kind of aircraft, you know. But still, it doesn't have the radar or anything like that. But I don't think it's going to be OP. It's going to be very effective, but I don't think it's going to be OP just because of the nature of the aircraft itself, okay? But let me know in the comments what you think about it. I know a lot of people are thinking that this aircraft is very dangerous, but I think it's just alright, and it's going to be a very good aircraft, but I don't think it's going to be that OP, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye guys, see ya.